Hi friends, and welcome to today's Tuesday travel blog, where every Tuesday I post a video talking about the cool places that I've been and the fun things that I've done as I travel cross country in my RV. Be sure to stay through to the end so you can see all the fun things that I'm going to talk about today. Today's travel blog comes to you from Sequoia National Park and Kings Canyon National Park in California. I entered the park through Three Rivers, California, which brings you to the southern end. I left my camper at a local Corps of Engineers campground, and I am traveling through only with my truck. They highly recommend that nobody brings any vehicles in here larger than 22 feet. In fact, many roads prohibit large vehicles, so it's best to leave the camper at home and travel in just with my truck. Coming in from the lower area, you first enter the foothills, so I am in the mountainous. We'll be traveling along General's Highway as we make our way north towards Kings Canyon. General's Highway is a long, windy, twisty road through the mountains from one end of the park to the other. It's easy to understand why they prohibit vehicles larger than 22 feet in the park. We're walking down the trail to get to General Sherman's tree. There are signs everywhere about how the walk back can be pretty steep. The tree itself is 212 feet below the parking level area, so going down is one way. Coming back up will be something completely different. The General Sherman tree, by volume, is known to be the largest tree on Earth. It's certainly not the oldest, at only 1,000 years old. There are definitely older sequoias, but this one has been able to grow to be the biggest. Just found itself a sun-filled spot, and it just continues to grow. We're at 6,000 feet total elevation from coming up those mountains, those long, windy, turny roads on General's Highway. So you can understand that elevations and steep inclines can be quite hard for a lot of people. There is no lie, that hike back up is a doozy. But you just take your time, sit down, enjoy the views. There's no reason to rush when you're out here, but totally worth it to be able to see the largest tree on Earth. And now, after that wonderful hike, it's peanut butter jelly time on the back of my truck bed. Continuing to head north towards Kings Canyon, the topography is changing yet again. Technically, this part is the Sequoia National Forest, which does surround the national park itself. This redwood grove is the largest grove, and you can see, if I get a little closer over here, quite a bit of fire damage. That might look like shade that's been thrown up on that tree, but that is fire damage. Redwoods and sequoias do survive fires by their thick barks. Because their seeds fall down to the floor, they actually need the fire to burn out that underbrush and allow the seeds to thrive. So what's the difference between a redwood and a sequoia? They say that the sequoias are the largest trees because their bases are big. You can see they have nice big round bases, where redwoods are your largest in the fact that they are your tallest. Here we are, we actually get to walk through a hollowed out tree. So I am technically inside a tree. This is really cool. This is the direction I just came from. And you can see the tree trunk exit there. Well, friends, I didn't quite make it to Kings Canyon. I'm here at the Kings Canyon Visitor Center, and if I was to keep going, it would take me about another hour up there following this map to keep going to make it all the way to Kings Canyon. And I have been on the road now for about 6 hours, traveling through Sequoia National Park and the forest, stopping and seeing some beautiful sights. And the further north I go, the further away from my camper I am. So it's going to take me a couple hours just to get back home. So unfortunately, this travel vlog isn't going to see it to the end. I know, pause for sad face. Time for me to call it quits and go home and take a nap. My way home has been through this back mountain road, barely big enough for my car, let alone any passing cars. Some delightful scenery, if I even can take my eye off the road to look at the scenery. This is why it takes so long to get home. Not because I've traveled so far in terms of distance, but because of these hairpin turn roads that I have to take to get home. It was the right decision, unfortunately, to call it quits when I did, so I can make sure that I'm doing this in the daylight. I do appreciate you traveling along with me as I did visit the majority of Sequoia National Park and the forest. Be sure to check out all my other travel vlog videos on my channel, and I will see you next Tuesday.